Hi everybody, I'm Ben.
So yes, we changed up the format a little bit. We have got a short abbreviated show today.
No, you were right, it's abbreviated.
We have got a short abbreviated show today. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. So that explains our slightly different demeanor.
Teary demeanor.
Yeah, we're not usually, up and running and ready to go at this time of day. But we do have an earlier show this week because we have an appearance at Twitchcon later this afternoon.
Twitchcon? What's that?
Oh, Twitchcon. We'll talk about it in just a little bit. Okay. But Twitchcon, in an abbreviated sense, is a convention for Twitches. But yeah, so we are here today at 9 a.m. To bring you all the latest updates on CitizenCon, TwitchCon, ATV, the weekly activities, Bar Citizens, tons of Bar Citizens in the next week, and so much more. So
it sounds like we're going to be talking about a lot of pros and a lot of cons. Okay.
This is where it would have been. I really wish I had like a facing camera so I could just like dead eye this thing. It's like, oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. So, no, right off the bat, I think we should start with the talk of the town. The talk of the town, Jesus.
This is a New Yorker-themed live stream.
This isn't going to be a good show, people. We sent an email out to concierge members this week. I want to get this right off the bat with a preview of the pamphlet brochure for CitizenCon, and it had a mystery ship on the cover. Hey,
yes,
everybody, welcome to Happy Hour Community, the only bi-weekly community show, the Consolidated Outland Pioneer. It doesn't happen every single week. Now, obviously, like I say, you'll see more about it next week. You'll hear more about it next week. So
this is a terrible thing because we can't say anything about it right now.
Well, can we say one thing about people would say that's what it might change? The recommended weekly dosage. Games? Might it change some games?
We've been talking. It's kind of going around the community. This is the game changer, the game changer, and I remember when that started. Yes, it is a ship that introduces a change to. It's stuff we want in the game that we weren't going to do before. We're excited about it.
Yes. Maybe a game additioner.
Yeah, game additioner
would be more appropriate.
Hi everybody, I'm Ben.
People just latched on to game changer, in nature. But yes, you'll see more of that next week, and of course there'll be a whole lot more discussion about it at CitizenCon, which we should move into next. CitizenCon. Next week, CitizenCon 2947, our 5th CitizenCon.
6th if you count the original announcement.
We do have an earlier show. Yeah, but that was the announcement part of CitizenCon was born out of your desire to watch Wing Commander in a movie theater in 2013.
I think a lot more credit goes to Pete Mackey in Austin. We wanted to see the Wing Commander movie in the theater. They have the Alamo Draft House in Austin, which is this wonderful theater. I mean, wonderful for many reasons. They give you food when you go there. So no, but they show all sorts of like revivals, and they'll source old film prints and so on. And we just wanted to see the Wing Commander movie, and we were like, Sandy, can we do this? And she was like, okay, but instead of just a movie nobody on the team wants to see, we're going to have a whole event for the community. And she made it happen from there. Yes,
the secret unauthorized history of the birth of CitizenCon. And now, 5 years later, CitizenCon is a much bigger event. In years past, we've done the keynotes that you're all familiar with, Chris Roberts on stage talking about the future of Star Citizen, where we're at now.
But we're trying something a little bit different this time.
We are trying something a little bit different. By the virtue of our new dedicated events manager, Cameron Wilkie, plans have been in motion for quite some time to expand CitizenCon to an actual convention. So if you saw the post that went up last week, the CitizenCon 2947 details, that gave you kind of a bird's eye view of many of the different activities. We are here to share some specifics with you this week. Specifically, there was a lot of discussion on Reddit about the 5 presentations. I saw people try to wordsmith certain bits from our one paragraph blurb, like okay, it's this and it's this and it's this, and I'm like, but that's only 3 presentations. I said 5 presentations and stuff like that. So we are here.
Oh, is that what that tweet meant? I could not couldn't figure out what you were going on about. You had like numbers written on a...
There was a huge thread on Reddit where people were like, okay, there's xenolinguistics and kinesiology, and then private colonization, blah, 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 shield, blah, blah. And it's like they took the next section, which was like multiple things, and combined it into one because
I didn't connect your post to that at all. I thought you were just having some sort of Twitter meltdown and seeing numbers in different places. Which number is it?
Yes, I went Beautiful Mind on Twitter. But that said, we do want to break down the panels. We understand that it's a Friday. It's a midday for folks in Germany. For folks here in the United States, especially here on the West Coast, it will be a bright and shiny 5 a.m. in the morning when some of this starts. So we do want to tell you precisely what's going on so that you can make your plans accordingly and whatnot. The presentation as a whole starts at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon local time. That's when Chris Roberts will take the stage with a very special announcement. He'll welcome everybody to CitizenCon, have a surprise or two, and then he will proceed back to wherever Chris's reside, and in preparation for his keynote later in the evening. Immediately following that, we have 5 presentations. The first up at 3:30, approximately 30 minutes later, is Empire on the Move. Now this is a panel about animation in Star Citizen, and it's going to be hosted by Ivo Herzog, Jason Cole, and our own Steve Bender from the LA office. Ivo is a big get. I've tried to get Ivo on shows for over 2 years now. It's going to be an
interesting one.
Ivo is, if you like the Sean Tracy brilliance, Ivo is right up there with this guy. He's just not nearly as outgoing as Sean Tracy is, so it's very hard to get him to speak on camera. So I'm most excited about having Ivo on here because this man is next level stuff.
The cool thing about these panels is we're getting the actual developers, and they're going to talk about what they do. It's almost like we do these happy hours with the game devs. It's almost like a bunch of mini game devs.
It's basically 5 mini happy hours, but we're going to let them go. We're putting them on the stage. There's no moderator. We're just going to let them go and hope I still have a job the next day. So that's at 3:30, and that's if you saw the summary, the kinesiology, that was our fancy way of saying animation, so like that. 4:30, our next panel, Beyond the Cutting Edge, with Alistair Brown and Sean Tracy. So we're hitting you right off the bat with a double barrel shot of super insano tech talk. These are the guys who headline all of the technology aspects of Star Citizen, bringing in all the new game systems and making sure other game systems that people are making work with everything else. This is a talk about the future of Star Citizen's Lumberyard engine and all the cool technologies, things like faceware and stuff that you saw a glimpse at Gamescom. The new technologies on the way. So go on,
all the
check
stuff that my eyes glaze over when I try to read about it.
Yes, and all the stuff that I just like. Yes, I like the Sean Tracy stuff, and the Ivo stuff, because it's not the kind of stuff that you'd see with any other game. Conan would not put engine technology developers on there to talk about underlying capabilities of stuff. That's one of the things that only Star Citizen gets to do. So a double whammy of that between Ivo and then Sean Tracy, 3:30 and 4:30. After that, at 5:30. Return of the Xi'an language. Everyday Close Encounters. We are bringing Britton Wattens back. You might remember Britton from the beginning of this year. Our first ATV was a segment on the Xi'an language. Well, Britton and Dave and Josh Herman, our character art director, have done all kinds of additional work on the Xi'an race, including the language and the look of the Xi'an themselves. They've been updated since the last time you saw them. So you're going to want to tune in here at 5:30 local Frankfurt time to see an update on the Xi'an language and all kinds of new stuff. Sherry's, I don't want to spoil it, but Sherry's working on things. She won't be there live, but she's working with Britton and Dave Haddock on really blowing up the Xi'an stuff. It's for people who like the real integrated culture aspects of Star Citizen. This is going to be the panel for you. 6:30, the corporate colonies of Stanton. Now, I'm not saying that you have to watch all 5 of these panels, but if you can only watch one of these panels, 6:30, The corporate colonies of Stanton. In the blurb where it said privatized colonization, that's what we're talking about here. This is our environment art director, Ian Leland, Pascal Mueller, and Michael Cooper. These are the guys who are making the procedural planets, the guys who are making all the landscapes, all the places you're going to go to in Star Citizen. You know, Star Citizen is about flying through space, but you fly through space to get to places, and these are the guys building the places. So expect to see a lot of really cool stuff on the future of the Stanton system. Here, this one. 6:30, corporate colonies of Stanton. And then finally, at 7:30, pioneering the future. That's where we're going to have ship art director Paul Jones, design director Todd Pappy, and lead ship designer John Crew. And they're going to be on there talking about the Consolidated Outland Pioneer, the game changer, the game additioner, a whole hour to talk about this new ship and what it brings to Star Citizen. So that starts at 7:30. Local time. So use your time zone converters and figure out where that's going to be on your time, or just show up at the beginning and watch 6 hours of live streams, because Star Citizens.
And we should also say this will all be available canned afterwards if you don't want to get up at 5 a.m.
If for some reason you don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, yes, they will be available on YouTube.
I remember covering the PAX we did in Australia, and I think we were up at like 1 a.m. on our side.
Yeah. So, and then after that, there's a short break, and then of course, starting at approximately 9 o'clock in the evening, Chris Roberts comes back on stage for the annual keynote address. The CitizenCon that you're familiar with at that point begins. He'll take the stage, and I honestly don't know what he's showing. Like, I'm not even being coy about it. I have no idea. I'm going to be as surprised as you are at this point. My focus has been on other things. So.
But Disco Lando, is CitizenCon just panels and talking, or is there other things that you do there?
Why no, Bandit Loaf. It's more than just a bunch of talking heads and very cool presentations and videos and awesome technology.
That shocks me.
Yes, there are also additional activities for those who are in attendance. All right, so...
What we're getting at is that there's going to be all sorts of cool stuff on the floor for everybody to do. So if you're there, you're going to have a really good time. And if you're not, you're going to learn a lot from remote stuff. But it's going to be a cool Star Citizen-y experience for everybody.
Now, all this stuff that we just covered is going to go up on the website, literally. When we're done with this show here, I'm going to walk up, go in that room, and I'm going to publish 2 things. 1, the updated schedule for CitizenCon, and 2, the next part of the Shipyard series, which we'll get to in a second. But in addition to those 5 panels, there are lots of cool stuff. We have multiple rooms in this venue. So we have one room dedicated to a planetary playground experience. If you watched the Gamescom show floor streams, you saw Sergeant Gamble and Meyer and DJ Knight play 3.0 live on the surface of it wasn't Yulin, it wasn't Cellin, on the surface of Cellin, and we're bringing that back. But this time we have 24 stations open to people in attendance. They get to play 3.0 live, and there's a surprise or two. There's a surprise or two in Planetary Playgrounds. It's not going to be the same experience that you saw at Gamescom. For those who are going in person, check that out. Swing by that room. Then, of course, we have the UEE Diplomatic Corps Bar. Where people, when they're done with their presentations on stage or they're done with their presentations in the atrium, they'll adjourn to the bar, where you'll get to hang out and mingle in a traditional bar citizen style environment with the developers. Buy Dave Haddock a drink, buy John Crew a couple drinks, and see if see if he'll make your ship the most powerful ship in the game. So opportunities are plenty for those who are appearing in person. And then in the atrium, one of the coolest things, something we've never tried before, the venue here, the Capitol Theater, has this beautiful 2-story open sky atrium here, and we are doing live demonstrations of several new technologies coming to Star Citizen. We're going to have live demos of face over IP. We're going to have a team who are developing a weapon live with input from the backers there. So they will actually get to, if you're there in attendance, you'll get to guide the development of an FPS weapon. I think it's an FPS weapon. Don't quote me on that. It's a weapon. We're going to do an additional solid system demo live and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of stuff for those people who are attending in person. And of course, we'll try to cut back and forth to it during the live stream when we can. But this is a CitizenCon with plenty to do.
Yes, it is stuffed full of stuff. Yeah.
Yep. And that's not even everything. That's just the stuff I've been approved to tell you. So CitizenCon, it's bigger, it's badder, and in many ways, we're just getting started. It's a whole new ballgame from here
Every
on
single thing we're doing this year, I just look at it and say, oh my God, I can't wait till next year.
Yeah, but you know, and that's
Star Citizen in general.
It's Star Citizen in general. It's video games in general. It's exponential growth. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like when people say, you know, Star Citizen's been in development for 5 years now. It's like that first year is not equal to the 5th year. Yeah, the fifth year when you've got 500 people worldwide and 5 studios across the world, the stuff that you can get done, the stuff that you can progress on is not nearly the same as what you can do in that first year when you're 1.5 studios and 40 people and stuff like that. So
yeah, I don't think we're quite to 500 yet, but we're
close.
We're big.
We're big.
It's a very different experience than it was 5 years ago.
So CitizenCon has been expanding along with it. Mm-hmm. So who knows what we're going to do next year. In addition, if you are in the area, there are 2 Bar Citizens going on both the day before and the day after. Details of that are on the websites, but if you want a chance to mingle with folks, check in your local into the Frankfurt area. Even if you don't have tickets to CitizenCon, but you are semi-local to Frankfurt area, you can come and join us on Thursday night and on Saturday afternoon. Both of those locations are detailed in the post that's already up on robertspaceindustries.com. Okay, we did it. We made it through the CitizenCon stuff. That was more exhausting than I thought it would be.
Well, wait till you get to the actual event.
I know. I fly out Monday, and it's just going to be like 6 hours of sleep for the next, total for the next week and a half. Okay, around the verse yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Legacy Armor update. Armor is, it's a big part of customizing your character. Mm-hmm. And this was a great segment. They recorded so much stuff that we're doing a rare 2-part featurette on ATV. The first part went out yesterday. The second part you'll see next week. But lots of cool updates. I was blown away by the update to the Legacy Heavy Marine, or Heavy Outlaw. The Heavy Outlaw was that big kind of armored guy. If you remember the Heavy Outlaw Alone in the Club video we did for ATV back in the day, I've been lamenting personally that it was being left behind, and I had no idea they were updating it until we started putting this feature together.
And I've seen some questions about this out there. People are like, well, are you just throwing away old work? How does this? Why have you continued to update these things over the years? Mm-hmm. And the answer is that is how the process works. You know, when you start building a game, any game, not just Star Citizen, you start with what's available to you currently, mm-hmm. and the technological process is happening at the same time. So you build any ship or model or item knowing you're going to be going back and touching mm-hmm. it up and updating it and changing how it plays with everything else.
Yeah. It's a fancy version of working with what you got. You have to start somewhere. People have to be working on them. So you work on the armor, you work on the ships with the technologies and the answers that you have, and then you test. And then you go back and you work on it some more, and then you test, and you go back and you work on it some more. You hire new people, they come in with new ideas, new technologies get developed, you have to make that call. Do we update? Do we keep it as it is?
I mean, game building essentially works on the 3 Little Pigs principle where, first they build is it mud first, and then straw, and then brick? I think there's a stick. I don't know. I don't know my pigs anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
My kindergarten teacher would be very upset.
I know one was straw and one was bricks. I don't know what the 3rd one was. Was it mud?
The point is we're getting to bricks.
We're getting to bricks.
We're getting to bricks, yeah. One was definitely straw, and the good one was bricks.
All right.
Now, see if the pigs had, proper project tracking, we would be able to just look back and know.
The pigs had Jira?
Yeah, we would go back and check their Jira for that first house.
That'll be the next happy hour game dev. We'll get Eric Davis to come back, and we'll plot out building the 3 pigs homes in Jira. We will not be doing that. Okay, moving along, the shipyard, the thing that has consumed my life for some time now. If you haven't noticed, over the last 3 days on the website, we have been releasing parts 1, 2, and 3 of a 10-part series called The Shipyard, detailing all the new revisions to the ship stats matrix. The ship stats matrix being the overall conglomeration of all the numbers and abilities and components attached to every spaceship.
The
vehicle.
stats page. It's the stats page.
The stats page. But it's also the underlying database, though. That's what's taken so long. We've had to reconfigure the underlying database because it was all when we started. It was we have this many stats, and then as we started getting into it, it's like no, we want a more robust, more customizable gameplay experience. We need this many things that people can change and alter about their
this
ships.
way too.
And this way, so this way and this way, like that. So,
and also, there's more of them.
Yes. So that has been quite the endeavor. I would be remiss if I did.
Wait, was that a pun? Was it an intentional pun?
It's an unintentional pun.
Okay.
It's unintentional.
Wait, no. Let's do the thing where you focus in on my face and I'll like give him a death stare.
No, he walked away. He's not even at the computer, so we can't switch the thing right now. We're stuck on this camera at the moment. So I would be remiss if I did not thank the tireless efforts of John Crew, the lead ship designer. If you're gonna be at Frankfurt at CitizenCon, you're gonna have the chance to meet this guy in person. Please shake this man's hand for the work that he's done on this. We have been living in Skype calls with each other for the last week.
He truly has gone above and beyond. You know, all our developers have real jobs too, and he's taking the extra time to get this stuff right for the community, and we truly appreciate it because there's nobody more overworked in the development team now. So.
And that goes to a question we get quite frequently. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's because our developers are busy working on the game, and everything we ask them to do outside, ask them to show up on Happy Hour, ask them to show up on an ATV segment, ask them to make a post for the website. So that all takes them away from their regular job.
So you have to balance it, and
So that John Crew volunteered his time to do this. I didn't even have to ask him, so thank you so much to John Crew. And of course to design director Todd Pappy, who allowed John Crew to do this, who provided oversight to make sure, to correct us when we were wrong. I think it works like this. It's like, no, it works like that, it's like that. To Ben Lesnick, who many of these ideas originated from and whatnot, and guiding us in how to, okay, you need to talk about this, you need to talk about that and stuff. And Toast. Wherever you are, Toast is on a trip right now. Toast for coming back and saying, remember this from 2013? The encyclopedic knowledge of Toast. And like, oh yeah, we need to look up this, and stuff like that. So it's been a labor of love.
And the most exciting thing about these Shipyards posts is they're just the prequel. This is the thing that gets us to the thing, and the thing is the stats matrix update, which I have heard has been eagerly awaited. So
Yes, we know you people love your stats. So three parts are out right now. Part 4 is going out as soon as at the end of this show. It's about what is it about? It's about turrets. No.
I don't think it's the turret one, is it?
Thrusters. It's about thrusters. I knew it started with a T. Sorry, they're all blurring together now.
You are not allowed to design ships.
Yep. Turrets and thrusters are pretty much the same thing. They both shoot out like this.
You don't want to see what I'm imagining in my head right now.
Yes, but our part about thrusters are coming out today, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't had a chance to go through and read the other ones, please, I invite you to check them out. Do so on desktop, though. Yes, I know there are some mobile formatting issues. I'm working on it.
Unless, I should stress,
you have a giant
thing
like this, and then it looks great. It looks great on a giant thing like this. It's only small phone screens.
No, I just wanted to counterbalance, point out that the goal of any game design is complex to master, simple to learn. So there's no requirement that you know the 10 giant posts about every specific ship system and every single thing in the game. You're learning how things work. It's going to enhance your knowledge of the universe, but it's not a requirement to play. We're crazy about this stuff. We know a crazy number of our backers are, but there's also lots of folks who are just going to come to Star Citizen and pick up their ship and fly.
Yes. And or if you're like me, you're terrible at flying, and you're just going to ride around on other people's spaceships. And that. All right, what else do we have? TwitchCon.
TwitchCon. It's today in Long Beach.
It's today and it's Sunday.
What is Long Beach?
Long Beach. I don't know what Long Beach
is. It appreciably longer than another beach?
No, not really. They have some really cool freight shipyards, though. Whenever you see a movie where they're at a big, ocean-bound shipyard with a lot of boats with all the containers and stuff like that, it's almost always filmed at Long Beach.
All right.
So that's cool. That's what I know Long Beach is. I've lived in Southern California my entire life, and that's the only thing I know about Long Beach. That and Matt's grandparents live there. Hi, Matt's grandparents. But TwitchCon, the 3-day event for Twitch streamers, we have been invited to participate in 2 panels. As soon as we wrap this up here, which will wrap up in just a couple minutes now, short show today, we are heading down to TwitchCon to appear on Captain Richard's History of Sci-Fi and Space Video Games panel.
How cool is it that the folks who are streaming Star Citizen are now bigger than we are and inviting us to come on panels? I love it.
Yep. So we are appearing on Captain Richard's panel. It's Ben and I. We've got Ed Lewis, the lead content manager for Elite Dangerous, who's joining us on the show. I've been on a panel with Ed before.
Are you saying he's a content manager who is Elite and also he works for Elite?
He's all right.
He's finest kind. He's a good guy.
No, yeah, I'm a big fan of Ed Lewis. We're going to be on the panel with him. Like I said, second panel with him. Really enjoyed the first time. Scott Manley, if you're familiar with Scott Manley from his YouTube videos, I think he streams now. He might stream.
I just know from the Kerbal stuff.
Yeah. Basically, he's going to clown us on the science stuff, Scott Manley, and I think the last one is Bad News Baron. So we'll be on that panel today. You can look it up online. It's in the Give Please Theater or the Hey Please Theater, or
I think it's Give Please.
Give Please Theater, and it's at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So,
or is it 2 o'clock?
It's 3 o'clock. Our panel on Sunday is at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I looked it up. I can't remember what theater it's in, but I looked it up. And then, of course, we are going back to TwitchCon on Sunday. For an actual Star Citizen panel. Twitch invited us to come down.
Wait, let's do like a dramatic Sunday. Star Citizen at TwitchCon.
Okay, JJ, can we try it with camera changes? Ben, me, and then wide. Ready? Hey, ready?
Sunday.
No.
We're on a panel on Sunday, is what we're trying to say.
I'm also realizing that I set JJ up for failure by naming Ben's camera Jared and Jared's camera Ben, didn't I?
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
So that first time when you tried to switch to me and you switched to Ben, that's my fault because I can see that I mislabeled the thing. So apologies, JJ. Yes, we are appearing Sunday at 2 o'clock in the Help Please Theater. It's on the website. Yeah, you can look. Check out Tyler Wicken and Tyler Nolan's Twitters. They've also tweeted out this stuff. That is where Ben and I and Tyler and Matt Sherman, who is no stranger to Spectrum Chat, if you've ever been in Spectrum before, and Jeremiah Lee, character concept artist, if you've ever been on a Star Citizen Twitch stream, no stranger there. We are going to be talking about how great communities make great games. Basically talking about the work that we do with the community and our broadcast and how Twitch streams help promote the game and all that cool stuff.
Literally talking about what we're doing right now.
Yeah, literally.
Very meta.
Yeah, on Sunday we're going to be talking about this show. It's weird. But those aren't broadcasts or anything. They're just for the folks at TwitchCon. Of course, we went to DragonCon last month or the month before, and there were people with phones broadcasting. So there might be a broadcast, but
I had heard that the one today was going to be broadcast.
It'd be news to me.
All right.
News to me. I don't know.
That's what my Wing Commander buddies were saying in Discord, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to do it now.
Jeez, we know you have Wing Commander buddies. Stop bragging.
Yes, I have 3 friends.
And what's that? Do we have anything else? I think that's it for today.
Jump Point. Today's Jump Point. Jump Point. Subscribers, today's Jump Point.
And can we talk about what's in this month's Jump Point?
Yes, we're covering the 600. That's the main ship article.
The development of the 600i.
The development of the 600i. Okay. I think we're covering the next one too. This visit to the Branagh system. I believe Dave Haddock. There's the company profile this month is Yorm, which I love because that was just a stupid name I came up with back when Pete Mackey and I were the only people who worked for the company, and we were just filling in the corporations matrix.
It's also got a great logo.
Yes, it does.
Like Toast had to have approval on the logo. I saw that email come through last night. Toast has approved the logo. Hey, well, Yorm's just. I like things with personality, and Yorm's got personality.
We've got a actually a tie-in article to this where they talk about the ship stats update.
Really?
Yeah. He talked to all the designers. You know, that interview thing they do every month.
That's this month?
Yeah. Is it? I think it is, yeah.
Because he was telling me I had to schedule my stuff and I haven't done it.
Oh, well, it's already done, so. And the story is the third and final part of the children's story about the naming of the moons from our writers. And that's one of my favorite serials we've done just because it's so different. I love different textures of things, you know. Not everything in the future is a grim, dark story of space warfare. Of course, there are children's stories in the 30th century.
Yeah.
It's so cool that we have a team willing to do that stuff.
Yes, I would never tell the lore team anywhere where they could actually hear it, but I'm consistently impressed with the diversity and breadth of stories that they're introducing for the Star Citizen universe. They're some of my favorite people. Just don't tell them that.
You can tell them I said that, though.
Yeah, he's nicer than I am. Okay, so with that, unless you can think of anything else, I think that wraps up our Happy Hour community update for this week.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
That's everything.
Oh, today's a Kilrathi holiday. Happy Sivara Shrad. Bye, everybody.
The names are backwards.
All right, we're going to head to Long Beach, and we will see you all real soon. Thanks for tuning in. There's far more exciting stuff than this coming up in the next week.
Just 30 minutes without Wink Commander stuff. That's all I ask. Just 30 minutes. Just get through it. Bye, everybody.